Good morning, everyone. I'll be right with you. Just making sure I'm in the right place this morning. Good morning. Hi, Bonnie. I'm just sharing this over to my page. Thank you for joining me this morning. I'll be right with you. Sorry it takes me so long. All right, hopefully I'll be able to see comments this morning. Good morning, everyone. I'm going to wait for people to hop on. I have a lot to share today. I actually spent the day in my craft room yesterday for the most part. In between, yeah, I think that's all I did, honestly. I wanted to get some crafting done. I haven't really spent a lot of time out here recently except organizing my scraps. That was a weird message. I'm not sure what was going on. I just got a weird message on my phone, so I'm going to ignore it. Hi, Ray. Got your coffee and cleaning your craft room. That's awesome, Bonnie. So we're super excited about my organization back here. I know I shared a photo of it, and I know there's a glare coming through my window, but the sun is shining and it looks beautiful outside. I know it's a little chilly though. But super excited about that. And unfortunately, Stampin' Up! Has discontinued those clear wood mount cases, the larger size. And when I saw that announcement, I tried to get as many packages of them as I could because I knew I wanted to do this. I had showed this in a video a while back when I was doing some Organization 101, which I need to continue doing for all of you. So when I saw that announcement, I had to buy as many packs as I had paper. So the only paper that I don't have in those nifty little containers is the in colors, and I probably won't because they switch out so often, or every 2 years. So hi, Bonnie. So good morning. My name is Mary Jo Snyder. Welcome to MJ Shady Inkers. This is my Sunday Live with MJ. If you're watching it live, you'd see that little red live option up there, or icon up there in the corner. And that allows you to know that I am going live, or that I am live right now. But if you are watching the replay, that would not be there. But I am so completely excited that you are here watching replay, if you catch the replay or the live. Just so honored that you're here. So as I was saying, I have a ton of stuff to share with you. I have some stuff that I'm going to recreate, and I have some stuff that I'm just going to show you. Because one project actually was over the top, and I started it, no lie, when I got my pre-order for this catalog. So hi, Jane. I can't even tell you how excited I was, and I copied somebody else's design, and that's fine because that's what we do when we need inspiration. But if you know me, you know I love coffee, everything about coffee. Can't get enough of it. Creamer, all that stuff. Sometimes I wonder if I like the creamer more than the coffee, but whatever. It's all good. So this suite, the Heartwarming Hugs Suite, was right up my alley. So I want to share with you projects that I have made that I'm obviously not recreating, and a couple 3D projects that I am going to recreate, and a few cards. So completely inspired yesterday morning. I woke up at like 4 a.m. with this card idea in my head. So you know me, I can't get to sleep after that. So, oh, my eye itches. It's watering. Sorry. So I decided to get up and start creating. So it was awesome. So I'm going to reverse my camera and show you a few things. I'm not sure that some of you already know this, but the January to June mini catalog is going to be available come January. And of course that means celebration. Celebration is a little different this year. There is a sign-on incentive, which we'll discuss all that stuff when the time gets closer. But the celebration for this year so far is January and February. They're cutting it a month short, but they're going to offer another one later on in the year. So when that gets closer, I'll announce that as well. So I can't show you what's inside these catalogs, but stay tuned. In 2 weeks, I'm going to have some sneak peeks for you from the new catalog, as well as some projects that I'm going to start working on. I have some exciting stuff coming up this week for you. A lot of demonstrators are jumping on and doing this 12 Days of Christmas. Well, I haven't come up with a catchy name, but mine is going to start on December 1st, which is my birthday. Yay. I think I'm going to be 50, and I'm going to offer a sales promotion for all of you for ordering during my 12 days. And it may just be a few things, and I really haven't thought it all out. I just know that I've started my projects, and I'm going to share YouTube videos that are pre-recorded. I may come live here and there, but I do have a class next Sunday as well. And let's just announce the winner of my prize patrol, because that person is going to get this class as soon as I can get to the post office. I'm having a little issues. I don't even want to get into it, but I can't leave the house currently. I do not have COVID, but I am quarantined for precautionary measures right now. So that's all I'm going to say. That's all I need to say. So I can't get to the post office yet, and I've had a COVID test, and my results will be here soon, and I had one a few weeks ago, and those results were fine, and I'm sure I'm fine. I've had no symptoms. So anyway, aside from all that, Amber Smith, you shared my video last week, and I don't know if you can see this. This is my upcoming class, which is on December 6th. It is an online class. You can use whatever stamp sets you have. It's strictly sentiments and whatever you have handy. I know that you have some crafts available. I have your mailing address, and this is also a fun little tin filled with those yummy, yummy sugar cookie Hershey Kisses. If you had not had them, you're going to love them. So you are the guests. You won Prize Patrol. You are the guests to my class on December 6th. I'm going to try very hard to get this in the mail so you get it in time, and you will get an invite to the private class that is exclusive for all the attendees for that class. So I'm super excited that you won. Thank you for sharing my video last week and for being a part of my stamping community. Okay, now I think I'm ready. I do have other announcements, but we can talk about that as I'm stamping. Hi, Gail. Hi, Lori. I'm so happy that everybody's here. Let's reverse the camera and try and get myself situated. You're going to just see some red of my hand. That's what happens when you reverse the camera and you're holding the camera in your hand. And I'm going to try really hard to make sure we're positioned the first time around. There's no guarantees. Voila. There you go. A couple of things I want to show you today. I'm going to try to look at my comments on my computer screen. I'm not going to guarantee that I'm going to catch them all because I am going to stand up and craft today. I just think it's going to be better for me. I'm more comfortable standing most often. This is the Heartwarming Hugs Suite on pages 8 through page 11 in your August to December mini catalog. Love all the creative opportunities and gift-giving opportunities you can do with this amazing suite. You have all these elements, and I'm going to give you some close-ups so we don't need to get into all the content here, but you can get everything here in this suite. So there's 2 stamp sets, dies, cups, cup carriers, embossing folders, 2 ribbons, beautiful, beautiful shimmery heart ornament type things. I'm sorry, I said hearts, stars. They would be pretty as hearts too. And of course this beautiful designer series paper, which I had to get more because I was almost out. And all of this is $123.25. So think about it. The starter kit is $99. I don't know if you can include a suite in your starter kit. I guess I need to look that up, so don't quote me. Yes. If you have the suite, if you love this suite but are short on funds, you can you can purchase the starter kit for $99 and get this entire suite. So you can select this suite as part of your starter kit and save, what is that, $20-some getting this for $99. I do want to add that the cup carriers are currently on back order, but they will be available to ship from the warehouse on December 7th. That is the estimated date. So you should be able to get those in time for holiday gift giving. And the cups are low inventory. So just so you know, if this is something you want, purchase that starter kit. Purchase the starter kit and then get a discount from now on. You get 20% discount for your purchases thereon after, unless you bump up to another title, and then you get 25% off. So perfect suite for you to get in your starter kit. And you don't have to do what I do. You can just totally get the discount, and then you end up getting more product for your money in a sense with the discount for signing up and getting that starter kit. Questions about that? Let me know. All right, stamp sets, dies, these 2 can be bundled by themselves, just so you know that. And The class next weekend, just so everybody is aware, is going to feature the Wrapped in Christmas stamp set. How nice that I didn't even plan it, that I'm easing myself into my Sunday class by using part of this suite, or by using this suite and some of the stamps in this set today. So awesome, awesome product. Absolutely love it. And of course, there's the traditional Christmas colors. You have Mossy Meadow. What else we got? Pear Pizzazz, Real Red, and I'm going to tie in a few other colors that I am using as well that actually coordinate with products, snacks and treats that I'm using. So it's going to be a fun class today. I'll also want to share with you in the annual catalog. And I'm sorry I have a whole lot of announcements this morning, but if you're catching the replay, you can zoom forward to catch all the creativity instead of listening to me ramble on and on. Flowers for Every Season. I always forget the name of that, but I want to show you page 10 through 13. I am featuring 2 of the ribbons in the combo pack that is in this suite. I just have to find it. And of course, I don't think I'm going to find it. The combo pack of ribbon. Okay, really close up. Whoops. You have, and I can show you it, there is this Misty Moonlight silver and white twine, and there is this really soft, delicate, beautiful Whisper White ribbon, and of course the Just Jade gingham ribbon. That's a trio pack of ribbons, and they can be purchased for $10, and you get all 3, and I think there's 5 yards on each spool. So I'm going to feature 2 of those today in my class. So hopefully you're going to enjoy everything I have in store for you today. All right, let me show you the embossing folders up close. I only used one of them in a project today, so I'll keep that one out. We have this, these are the designs that they emboss. You got some dots, which kind of mimic some of the papers in the stamp set, or in the Designer Series paper. And I'm going to show you those up close as well. I actually have cards featuring all the Designer Series paper today. So those are the embossing folders. We're going to keep that one out because we need that today. These are the Heartwarming dies, which coordinate with the Warm Hugs stamp set. There's a little bit of tricks to some of these, and I'm going to give you some tips today. So I can't even tell you how much I fell in love with all these little tiny ones. So there's a coffee cup, a heart, a tree, Christmas tree. This looks like a bow, but it's not. But I bet you could cut it out of red paper, real red paper, and make it a bow. But it's actually for the candy cane that goes with this coordinates. And of course the star. So all of these here coordinate with stamps within this set, as well as the circle dies and this kind of a, looks like a stop sign to me, but anyway, so that coordinates with the stamp here. And of course, all these yummy, cute sentiments, right? How awesome is that? Perfect for gift giving of gift cards for Starbucks, Dunkin' Donuts, tea packets, just some awesome creativity and gift giving opportunities. Stocking stuffers, office gifts for your coworkers, teacher gifts, just awesome things, just to add a little bit of paper crafting to your gift giving, because you know there's nothing better than handmade holidays. Rhonda Wade is doing this whole hashtag homemade holidays. So if you check out that hashtag, you're going to find a ton of projects out there by various people that are contributing to her hashtag homemade holidays. So you should check that out because there's an awesome bunch of creative projects out there and very talented people. So those we're going to keep handy because we need those. The next thing is the Wrapped in Christmas stamp set. Again, this is the stamp set we are featuring next weekend in my class. And again, for those of you that don't have the stamp set and signed up for my class, no worries, you can use any stamps that you have on hand. So we're going to use that today. I am also bringing in the Tasteful Label dies, Love You More Than dies, and the Playful Alphabet dies. I've done a lot of pre-cutting and a lot of die cutting prior because I know that I have a lot to show you today. These are those gorgeous stars. Aren't they beautiful? They are so awesome. I can totally see a ceramic like Christmas tree with these hung from them. They're so beautiful. Yeah, I just love those. So that's part of the suite. And let's look at the designer series paper. So let's get these things out of the way for now. I'll set the dies right here. This is, so you're going to see two designs. This is one side of this piece of paper. This is the other side. So basically what I did was cut a piece of designer series paper that measures, let's measure it, 3.5 by 4 3/4. And I literally cut off, I believe it's 2 3/4. And I just flipped it and adhered it to a piece of cardstock that is like 1/8 of an inch wider and taller than the designer series paper that I cut. So, and then I just lined the inside with some Whisper White. So that's some designers. I'm showing you every single designer series paper in this paper pack. Isn't that beautiful? I just love, love, love the traditional colors in these. And of course, cute little, now you can create these into gift cards holders too by just creating a pocket on the inside. Or you can attach these to some gifts that you have or put it in a gift bag that you have available. I wanted to point something out to you. This is the ribbon. One of the ribbons, and that's Mossy Meadow and Whisper White, but the reverse side is just as pretty if you want more of a white versus the green color, and that's what I did on these two cards. I wanted to show the difference of the ribbon, so you can use both sides of it, but isn't that just beautiful? Now, you're going to see that I used this stamp. So excited. I used this stamp, and I still used the die that coordinates with these stamps, and that die cuts out the center. But what I did is I put the center lower and I put the outside on dimensionals. So it kind of gave it a 3D effect, but isn't that cool? Thought it was tons of fun. Like, there's the other one. May your days be merry. I just thought that was a kind of a cool effect. So, and of course there's the other one. Warm hugs to you all season long. And of course you got to use that Wink of Stella. And with this, I didn't necessarily tie a bow. I tied the bow. Let me show you. I'll grab my ribbon. So I grabbed a piece of ribbon. I tied the bow right in the ribbon, just like so. And then I'm going to come in with my ribbon scissors because I want you to get the full effect of this. I grab all the stuff out of my little cup there. And then I just wrapped it around underneath and tucked it underneath there. So you can totally do that. And if you need to reposition it and put it down with a glue dot, you can do that as well. So little trick for you. So the ends of the ribbon or the twine, braided twine, actually went underneath there. So those are all the designer series papers. It is 12 by 12 paper, so you can make a ton of these cards with a pack of paper, and it's just awesome. Just awesome. And of course we have these beautiful, I say beautiful, it's kind of plain, they're craft paper. And I'm just going to grab the one I already have out, so I'll already be prepared for that. Just bear with me. So this is the little box, and it is really easy to assemble, and I apologize because it's really hard for you to see what I got going on here. This piece gets tucked first, these get tucked next, and that gets tucked in after. And there you go. Just like so. That's how you put those together. Super simple. We're going to set that aside because we're going to use that today. All right. I have one more project that I want to share with you that I'm not recreating. And because I haven't been able to get to the store, I was a little bummed because I would have put 2 K-cups in this cute little Keurig. I would have put 2 K-cups in this coffee cup, and you could totally gift it to somebody. Now, I found this design on Pinterest. It was a non-Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and it was pretty interesting trying to put it together and recreate it in a way that worked for me. But can you totally see this filled with some awesome stuff? I mean, you could even stick in a packet of hot chocolate or candy or whatever. Chocolate-covered espresso beans would be ideal, if you ask me. And put it in a cello bag and tie it up with a really pretty bow, and there's the cutest gift that you could leave for someone on their doorstep or on their desk or under the Christmas tree. Or even if you don't want to do it for Christmas, it would be you could totally dress it up for a birthday or whatever. I cannot recreate this for you because it would take me 2 hours. So I apologize. Maybe if I get my wits about me, I will try my best. I can't say that I can or will get it done, but there might be a slim chance that I could do a pre-recorded YouTube video and share that information with you. But I'm not going to make any promises. So there you go. That's my cute little Keurig. And I'm not lying. I started that darn thing in August. So, okay, one more announcement and then we're going to create. These are 3 class kits left up for grabs. If you have the Wonder of the Season Memory and More cards, this was that Memory and More card class. I have 3 of these up for grabs. Message me immediately if you want them, $25. The Memory and More cards are not included. You would need to purchase those or already have them or just use product you already have. I also will give you the tutorial. So $25, there's 3 classes left. Message me and the first 3 that message me will be able to purchase these, okay? All right, I got a little crazy with my creating for my classes and I ended up prepping more than I had registered for that class. So, all right, I want to get busy and share some fun with you. Okay, so this is the 12 by 12 paper, okay? I'm gonna set that aside because I don't really need it right now. This is the card that completely came to my mind. Oh, and it was a lot of work and it's totally for the avid stamper. So if that's not you, I'm sorry. But I've done all of the die cutting. Look at this. I've done all the die cutting, stamping, all of that for this card. Those are my little cups that I need. Okay. This is the card. How stinking cute is that? How much is that me, right? Every ounce of this card is me. I love it. Coffee cups galore. We got some shimmery little rhinestones. And I used early espresso for the base for the tree trunk. It only made sense. And the red are the ornaments. Now this is a fun fold. And you open it up and you can tuck a gift card inside like so. So I'm gonna show you how to create this today. I was so super excited about it, so I can't wait. I hope you guys find this very inspiring and want to make it yourself. So of course we have a Whisper White card base that measures 8.5 by 5.5, and we're going to do some scoring and cutting to that. We have a 4-inch square of designer series paper, and I'm going to stick with the same design. That's the back side, but I want to stick with that same design. That's my favorite one in the pack. Okay, I like them all, but whatever. I have a scrap piece of Whisper White because I'm going to need to stamp the sentiment right there. And I am going to show you a few basic tips on doing the stamping of the cups and stuff like that so that you get a feel. But I'm not going to bother cutting them all out because I believe I have everything I need, including the star on the top. So that's for some stamping. And then I have another piece of the designer series paper that measures 1 inch by 4, and that's going to layer right there. So we're going to come in also with one of my favorite punches, the classic label punch, and we're going to use that to cut out the sentiment. Okay, so now that we have this all ready to go, let me share some little tips and tricks to get this design going on. So we want to pull in our, excuse me, we want to pull in our scoring tool, or you can use your trimmer and scoring tool as well. I'm going to score this in the normal spot. Oops. We're going to ignore that I just did that. I've been struggling trying to do straight stuff on this. I'm not sure why. So we're scoring that at 4 1/4, which is halfway in between. And we're going to set this aside, and it doesn't matter because I'm going to cover up that oops anyway. So looks like I got some ink or something on the back of that. Just some adhesive. Okay. Excuse me. If you have that issue of going outside of that area, just come in with the end of your bone folder and you can kind of crease that back where it goes. It's still going to be there faintly, but no big deal. We're going to cover that. You're going to varnish that. And then, because I cut 1 inch of designer series paper, I want to cut up to the 1 1/4 inch mark. So I'm going to bring in my paper trimmer. Now this can be a little tricky. On the side of here, you can see there are numbers and lines. Okay, so you're probably safe and not going to make any mistakes. Make sure you have your paper open and your card base, I should say. Come up here and you're going to measure up to, now you can go from the score line up, or you can measure right where it says that 4 1/4, because that is where your score line is. And just, oops, I'm not scoring, I'm cutting. So let's go back here with a cutting blade and try that again. So you have just cut 1 1/4 up. So you measured to 1 1/4, you measured your blade down to 4 1/4, and you just cut that piece, just like so. So you have that little flap. Easy peasy. All right, for the designer series paper, I want to flip it over because it's easier for me to see the white. And I am not going to, I'm measuring over to 2 inches because this is 4 inches. And I'm going to take a pencil and I'm just going to mark where that 2-inch mark is. Like right there is 2 inches, okay? Now, I'm going to line up this corner to that pencil mark. And I'm going to slice that off. I'm going to keep that piece. And then I'm going to do the same to the other side. This corner to this corner. Make sure it's lined up where the groove is. And you're going to save that for another project. Okay? Now, we have our 2 panels that are going to go on the front of the card. And I'm going to take a sip of my eggnog, and no, it's not spiked. Hi, Valerie. Hi, Judy. Judy, I think you're exactly right. I think I need to clean my scoring tool. I think you're exactly right. Okay, so there's that card. Let's do some stamping because we need to. I want to share some stuff with you. All right, so this stamp set is 2-step stamping. You can use your Stamparatus if you're going to make a ton of these, or obviously this card in itself would be a little difficult because, well, not really, because you can actually take your stamps and just continue stamping all those cups and then die cut them like I did. So I actually did that on one piece of paper. Okay, so I have my cups. I'm going to get my sentiment for the outside of the card. And then I'm going to get my sentiment for the inside of the card. Usually I'm prepared, but I'm not prepared with all my stamps on blocks. On the inside of the card, you know what? I'm going to do a different sentiment because I haven't used this one. I like you a latte. On this one it says, eat, drink, and be cozy. But I'm going to do I like you a latte for the inside of the card. So first thing I'm going to do then is go ahead and stamp the inside of the card, and I am going to stamp this in Early Espresso because I've tied this color in with that coffee cup. Okay? Besides, a latte is definitely more of an Early Espresso color, just a little bit lighter. So let's stamp that in the center, kind of up, because you know you're going to have that gift card in there. So you're going to put it up a little ways because this flap is going to adhere. So you have it kind of centered there. Okay? So we're done with that one. And next we're going to grab our piece of scrap, set this aside, and I'm going to come in with Mossy Meadow and Pear Pizzazz. And on the, what I find easier, and you can do it different, but what I find easier most often is for me to stamp the lined image. Hopefully you're seeing okay, the lined image, and then fill it in with the lighter color because I'm able to see the darker color easier. And hopefully you're seeing this okay. I'm not zooming in today. So Pear Pizzazz is going to be the lighter color, and I can see exactly where those lines are on that cup in order to fill that in. Awesome. Simple enough, right? All right, so that's how you do those 2-step stamps. We're going to grab our cleaner, which I finally cleaned. It's kind of funny. I cleaned my cleaner. So that's all nice and clean. Shouldn't have any other residue on there. Oh, I forgot to stamp my sentiment. So let's grab that stamp again, or that ink pad. We need Mossy Meadow. Isn't it funny that right here is doesn't the Pear Pizzazz look really, really dark? really dark, but when it dries and really soaks into that paper, it's a lot lighter. It's pretty interesting. So, all right, so there's that. Sorry, a little side note. Okay. Yes, Ray, we have a lot going on, that's for sure. But I have to make sure I take time to do the stuff that I love too, because I like doing this every week. I like coming to all of you. We're not supposed to say that stamping is our therapy, but shh, it is. It's mine anyway. I'm not promoting that it, helps your mental state of mind, but it does help mine. I guess it's all in what you love. Some people like to go for long walks, which I like to do too. Some people like to do other things too, like reading or whatever. This is my escape, my little refuge in a sense. All right, now grab my favorite classic label punch and we're going to cut this out. So we've already stamped our sentiment in Mossy Meadow. Plus I get to be with all of you. Even when I can't be with all of you, I get to be right here. So that makes it special too. All right, now I think I have everything I need. So let me just show you. Of course, you all know what the die cutting machine looks like. And if those of you that are new, I will definitely be sharing some die cut images with you later on in this class. But this is the coffee cup, and you'd put that right on your die cutting machine, line that up around that coffee cup, and you would just cut that right out with your machine. So that's awesome. Okay, now I think we have all of our pieces. Let's come back in here. We are going to need some tear and tape or your stamp and seal. I am going to use tear and tape today because that's what I used on my original. And I'm just going to line this piece, and hopefully you're seeing me. Let me grab these stamps and move them aside. So I got more room. So I put a piece here on this bottom flap, and I'm going to also put a piece along. So I put one on the side and one on the bottom, like so. Okay? And grab my Take Your Pick tool. Make sure that's where it needs to be. I was creating projects yesterday, and every time I put a piece of tape on something, there was dog hair. I'm like, what is the deal? It's winter almost. It's cold outside. Why is she shedding? I don't know. Just lucky, I guess. So that is going to seal that little pocket. We may as well come in here with this piece and go ahead and add that to the card front with your stamp and seal. Like so. There's that. So like I said, you could tuck something right in there. Nice little gift card. Now we're going to do the front of the card. So I'm just going to flip this open. I won't put the other sentiment on until I'm completely done. All right, so we are going to put some stamp and seal on the back of this piece. Sorry if I'm missing comments. I'll take a look in a moment. There's just so much going on with my class today. I don't want to, I don't want you guys to get completely sidetracked. You know, it is a holiday weekend, and want to make sure you have time to do things that are important to you today as well. And I'm sure this is part of that, but I don't want to take up too much of your time. I also want to do some baking. Very excited about that today. So there is that. So I adhered those two pieces. They come to that point because, you know, it was all one piece of paper. So, you know, it measures up nicely like that. And we are just going to start. We're going to empty this. I got some other stuff in there. I'm thinking that there was a star. If not, I'm going to have to do one, which is not going to be a big deal because then I can show you how to run that awesome, I call it the Big Boss. I started calling it the Big Boss. It's the new die cutting machine, the stamp cut and emboss machine. So, all right, so I know I'm going to need like 15 of these green cups. So the best thing for you to do is grab your glue dots and just start tacking those cups on your glue dots. It makes this process go so much quicker in a sense. Just add and keep going. I'll stop in a minute. Everybody have a good Thanksgiving. Hope so. I've come to, I I'm not determined. I've come to realize, I'm just going to use my fingers. I've come to realize I want to make sure I have enough room for the star. So I'm going to, right where that fits perfectly into that section is where the first one's going to go, because you still have room for your star. So I've come to realize that Thanksgiving alone is not why people gain weight. I mean, yes, you might gain a pound or so during Thanksgiving, like from eating on that day. But I am pretty much convinced it's not about Thanksgiving. It's about all the leftovers, because we have been eating them since. And not just once a day, but twice a day. And I'm not regretting it, you know. Anytime you can have some good food like that, shoot. But anyway, I just thought that was funny and had to share my realization. I'm sure you all probably think the same thing. All right, we're just going to keep planting these on here. Of course, the most tedious, I don't want to say tedious, but the most time-inducive part of this process is, I don't know how I have blue dots all over these, is the stamping all these cups and cutting them out. Because obviously I did these and these all at once. And I have to tell you, that stamp set that I'm dying to use that have all those quotes from movies, I took it upon myself. Why are these? This is just all out of whack. I took it upon myself because one of the quotes from one of the movies is, and I know you know what I'm talking about. Let me just figure out the name of that stamp set. It is Christmas Means More. And it's got a quote in there, I believe. I know it's silly, but I believe, or something like that. And I know we've had this conversation in the past that that quote comes from the movie Miracle on 34th Street. Do you know, in all of my life, I have never watched that movie? So, I decided, with a little persuasion the last couple of months, I decided, you know what? My daughter came out of her room the other day and said, Mom, we need Disney Plus. I need to watch The Mandalorian. That Baby Yoda is so cute. And of course, we are Star Wars fanatics. Have been since I was little. And it's kind of trickled over to my kids, because we go see every Star Wars movie. And so with that, I said, okay, let's do some research. Tell me what it costs. So, oops, I dropped a cup. So she did her research. She told me what it cost, and I decided, what the heck? Let's just get it. We'll subscribe for a full year and go from there. So with that, I found Miracle on 34th Street, and I watched it while I was doing all of these cups and some other things. And I was so excited. But how funny! What publicity for Macy's was that movie? It's crazy that it was all like commercial, when the movie was about not commercializing the holidays. Interesting. But that's just me. But it was a cute movie. I enjoyed it. And I was very happy that I watched it. So I had time I put it on my phone and I watched it, and super excited. And then I watched a movie called Noelle. And it was cute. So I was excited about that. I think I'm not spacing these right because I'm doing too much talking, but you get the gist. It's okay if they overlap some. Now I need to find the early espresso. For whatever reason, when I say espresso, I always want to say espresso, like an express, like Polar Express. And it's espresso, so I'm trying to be very conscious to put that S in there and not an X. And I need 3 red ones. 2. Now the real red ones, I just stamped both in first generation stamping. So I did the outline and the inside of the cup in straight up real red. So look at all the cups I have left. That's awesome. So I will have to do the star, and I know this class is going to take a while. So if anyone has to go, I just know that I appreciate you stopping by. And you can certainly come back and watch all these on the replay. I'm also going to post it to my YouTube channel, so it's out there for everybody as well. That doesn't necessarily get on Facebook. So I don't want to lose these because I'm going to use them later. So I'm going to put them back in my little nifty cup. So, and then I'm going to find the star. So grab my piece of Whisper White scrap and the star and a block and Daffodil Delight. Because I thought that was the perfect added color to this. And this one does not have two-step stamping because it has an outline around it. I thought that's the perfect finishing touch to this card, is that Daffodil Delight kind of makes it pop. So let's come in with our Big Boss. And I can't wait because I think the Little Boss, I don't know if I can say this, I think that's going to be announced sometime in the near future of being available, but I can't tell you dates right now, so it'll be exciting. So, all right, so we are going to line this up. It would be best for me to use my magnetic platform, but unfortunately that's not near me at the moment, so we're going to cross our fingers and hope that I get this on right. I've got that all lined up. I know you can't see it. We're off screen. We're going to run that through. All lined up there, you see? Run that through the stamp cut and emboss machine. And it's a little bit off, but it's okay. Not going to worry about it. I could stamp it over, but I'm just going to keep going because it's just the right thing for me to do right now. Hi, Ellen. Let's see. I get it, and I'll be sending out payment as soon as my husband gets home. Wants me through how to do it. Thank you for the inspiration. I don't know who just said that. No, I don't know what I'm looking at. For what? Oh, Bonnie, did you message me? Yes. Okay. That was a previous message I was just reading. Bonnie, no, Beverly. Beverly, you get one of my classes. Wonder of the Season, Memory More card class. Hopefully that's what you're messaging me about. So now I have 2 left. And PayPal is perfect for that payment. And we can touch base about that later. So thank you. All right. So now I'm going to come in with my sentiment. And I am going to, actually I need to put down silver and gold sparkle paper would also look good. I agree. Anything that has glitter and glimmer, I'm all for it. All right, Stampin' Dimensionals. I think these were left over from a paper pumpkin, but they will work as well. Super excited about the Jolly Gingerbread Paper Pumpkin kit. All right, this can go quicker if I grab these without using my fingernails. All right. Peel off the backings. That goes right there in the center. And grab a bigger dimensional because that will fit, I think, on the back of the star. I might be mistaken. Yep. I think I just used one of these. Right in the center. Peel off the backing. We'll try not to make it look too awkward with all the white showing. So we'll just rest it right there. Look how perfect that is. Then we're going to come in with our Rhinestone Basic Jewels. Love these things. And so as I was saying, so yeah, usually I offer on Sundays if you decide to place an order of $35 or more in my online store, you would get the make and takes. And I can do that for a couple of things, but I don't have enough designer series paper for a lot of things. So what I will do is put together, I have handmade cards already made. So if you place an order of $35 or more in my online store, oh, that's too close together. In my online store, there, we'll just do that. So there's that card finished. Using the hostess code that is up above in the description of this video, if you use that host code by Monday at midnight, because starting Tuesday, so that's tomorrow, if you place orders today or tomorrow before the end of November in my online store using the host code above, you will get 5 handmade cards from me for the holidays with envelopes so that you can mail out those 5 cards to people in your family or friends or whatnot for the holidays. Okay. Starting December 1st on my birthday, I'm going to have different offers. So the purchasing with the hostess code above is only going to be until the end of November. So plus you'll help me reach my sales goal if you decide to purchase the next 2 days. Just saying. Okay, so that's the first card. I hope you enjoyed that. Very tedious. Not tedious. I hate using that word. Very detailed, avid stamper kind of card. So if you like that, I hope you decide to recreate it. All right, so excuse me. Let's get these little things out of the way now that I have things everywhere. And let's get on to the next project. For this one, I have already done a ton of die cutting. And actually, I want to show you... I used this piece that was left over for, hi Dana, for this card. I thought that was adorable. Just help me use that piece. Cookies for Santa. And I've incorporated, again, the Love You More dies as well as the playful letter dies. So that is part of what I used. And I got stuff all over the place. I've already die cut some stuff, but I had a different vision. So I want to play and do something different with this card. So of course I'm going to start with a real red card base that is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. I have a Whisper White for the inside of my card, which measures 4 by 5 1/4. I don't want to lose all these die cut pieces because I don't want to go backwards. I have another piece of Whisper White for the outside of the card that measures the same. I have 3 strips of the coordinating colors, Real Red, Mossy Meadow, and Pear Pizzazz that measure 1 1/4 by 4. Okay. I have a piece of the Designer Series paper, like so, measured the same. I have already stamped and die cut everything, so we're just going to assemble because you already got a taste of how that stuff works. Okay. That little cello bag out of the way. So we have, this is one of the dies from the Heartwarming, what are they called? I already forgot the name of them. Warm wrap dies. So I used both of those and the stamp set from the Warm Hugs. Of course, I have Santa already cut out, and they all have adhesive on them from the adhesive sheets, which are such a time saver. And of course, all these cute little Christmas cookies. Right? Look like Christmas cookies to me. Looks like I'm missing one too, but not a problem. I have extra. I have extra in my little bag of tricks. So that extra one will be a Christmas tree. Right there. If I can grab it. All right. So now this is what I want to do. So on Monday nights, I like to, when I can, visit with Celine and her group of crafters, Monday Night Crafting, in a Zoom. And I like being a part of it. And I have this one person there, just it gets so mortified when her name is Liz, when you tear paper. Well, Liz, this card is for you. Even though I know you don't want me to do this, I'm probably going to. So I'm going to tear these pieces just to give it that little rustic edge. I'm even going to do it to the Designer Series paper, which is exciting because it has kind of a frosting kind of look when you have that white core to your paper. And what better than frosting when you're leaving cookies for Santa? And of course, you can use these pieces on a second card. So you have all these leftovers to make an additional card, and you can use that gingham side. Okay? Set those aside, grab a piece of our Whisper White, and we are going to just start adhering these together. Now, the trick to that, which was not what I just did, let's go in with the light. Okay, and then we want to put a little adhesive here. And I think I'll save that one for the latter part. Just keep lining these up like so. And if it's not even, just come in with your snips and snip that off. And then of course, a little bit more. And you're going to add that How pretty is that, right? And then we're going to add this right here. So just add some more adhesive on the back side. I just love that little, it's kind of a rustic feel, honestly. That's what I get. That's that vibe. So there's that. Okay, you have that. We're going to layer this on the front of our card. I probably should have thought of a different color right there. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to pop this up and give it dimension. I should have started with a different color because it's red on red. So we're going to fix that by adding dimensionals so it's got a little bit of lift and it will save the day. If I can get these off of here. So we're just completely switching up the design. I did have the thought in my head. It's not like I'm going on the fly. I just didn't do my original this way because I wanted to use the leftover piece of designer series paper that I had. So with that, let's just peel all these backings off. So what is everybody's favorite? Well, obviously the favorite part of Thanksgiving normally is spending time with family. But what is your favorite food with your Thanksgiving dinner? Go ahead and let me know. What's your favorite thing on Thanksgiving if you celebrate? Of course, this is Thanksgiving for the people in the United States. I forget that there's some of you that are from different countries watching me. My friends from Australia that tune in, as well as other locations in the world. But you can always chime in and let me know what one of your favorite things is too. If you celebrate the holidays, what's one of your favorite meal items or treats or whatever? All right, we got some more adhesive there. I wish Stampin' Up! Would bring these adhesive removers back. Take a sip. Ooh, pecan pie is delicious. Oh yes, Gail, love the dressing. I actually made homemade dressing for the first time, and not like my mother does. I buy the bags of dried bread. My mother will buy loaves of bread and dry the bread in the oven. Yum. Sorry, I had to take a sip. Okay, so there is the card for the outside and the inside. We've already done, like, there's the only stamping there is of, oh, I do have to stamp the word for. Bummer. Probably should have done that already because I can't do that on dimensionals. So we are going to improvise with that too. I get all sidetracked talking about food. All right, we'll get it. There's always tricks and ways to save your project if you make a mistake. There are no mistakes in crafting, only creative opportunities. And I know I've said that thousands of times, and that's more so because I have to remind myself to not get upset with myself when I skip a step. So I just want to peel off the rest of this. Must be it was on a seam when I cut it. So cookies. So we'll do our plate of cookies, and everything is flush to one another. And I still have to stamp the word for. Let me grab that so I can show you what that's from. The word for is actually this one right here, a little something for you. I'm going to grab that stamp, and since I've already made an oops, I'm going to grab my piece of scrap paper, which I have another piece here, and I'm going to stamp that sentiment in real red. Sorry for reaching. And I'm just going to snip it, right? Easy fix. We all see that, right? I'm just going to snip that word out. Just cut around it. You can even add it with a dimensional if you wanted to. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to grab a glue dot because it's easier to work with. And we are going to just add that cookies for, no biggie. And then we're going to adhere this. I have to make sure I have room for Santa. Santa can go right there. I should have moved everything up higher, but I could put it right there. But then it might need, nah, we're going to do it right here. Cookies for Santa. We got this. I'm not going to worry. Okay. All right. These have adhesive on them. Those adhesive sheets, perfect for these letters. It's just the hard part is getting the backing off. So we're just going to peel those. Can you imagine if I was like doing all the stamping and cutting with this right now? We'd be here for days. Excuse me. Dressing and gravy, turkey, cranberry relish. That's one thing I never really got into was the relish. I like the canned cranberries, and I love to eat it with my turkey. So I'll take a piece of turkey. Of course, I like white meat, so I'm all about that. I'll take a piece of turkey, and I'll take a bite of cranberries all together. We had this person at work that used to run the food cart. Oh my gosh. She would make this amazing dressing, like sandwich dressing from cranberries and mayonnaise after Thanksgiving. And she would make this Thanksgiving wrap. Oh my gosh. Have you ever seen the Friends show? Okay, I'm a Friends fanatic, just so you know. My favorite show ever. And yes, we have all seasons on video. Because, you know, sometimes what I end up liking, my kids end up liking. So my daughter loves Friends as well. But anyway, side note, I love all the Thanksgiving episodes with Friends. You know, Dana had posted the other day, I know she's watching, the the one with the turkey pants when Joey put on maternity pants that belonged to Phoebe. Oh my gosh, that was funny. He had to get on his turkey pants. And the one with the moist maker in the sandwich in Ross, that Ross had in the refrigerator at work. Man, somebody ate that and didn't even eat all of it. And I'm telling you, Friends fanatic here. When I used to work at Strong Memorial Hospital, when I lived in Rochester, I would work evenings, the 3 to 11 or 3 to midnight shift, whatever it was. Okay, let's get back to this. And I would work evenings. And I would purposely take my lunch hour when Friends was on because, hello, why would you not? You want to be able to, or your dinner break, I guess, because it was evening. Why would you not want to watch Friends on your dinner break? I had a friend that would come in, no lie, would take her lunch when or her dinner when I took mine, because I literally would sit there and laugh to myself in the break room, and she found so much joy coming in and laughing at me, laughing at the show. Literally laughing out loud. Like, I could have invented that whole concept of laughing out loud, LOL, because of all the laughter I had going on watching Friends at work. Oh my gosh, it was just the funniest time. It was so much fun just watching that show. And I was the one that would be there crying and at the season finales and just all that craziness. Okay, these last 4 cookies, or the last 3 cookies, the first 3 cookies are flush with glue dots to the top of the cookie plate. And the other 3 are raised, so it looks 3-dimensional. So that is cookies for Santa. How cool is that? So your little kids, grandkids, could leave a note for Santa with his tray of cookies on Christmas Eve. And there you go. And of course you have the inside where they can write a little note to Santa. So there is card number 2. Wow, how much time we got? Well, okay, so we've been here an hour. I still have a lot to go. So this is going to be the next one, and hopefully this goes a little bit smoother. This little thing took me about 3 hours to design, and then I ended up ripping it, but that's okay. And what is inside? These are hot cocoa Hershey Kisses. And inside is a packet of cocoa. Okay, so we're going to try and recreate this. I'm going to do the best that I can. No promises. I had paper flying. Everything was everywhere. And I got to tell you that I am spending extra time with this set because I haven't been able to work with it. And pretty soon the December catalog, August to December catalog, is going to be gone. And I'll be sad because I didn't use the products that I wanted to. Because you buy all this stuff and then you have to make time to be able to make it, or to make things, right? Okay, so again, I'm here for the duration. And I hope that you can stick around. All right, so these are the pieces that we need. We also need a piece of 12 by 12 cardstock. So I am pulling in my Pear Pizzazz 12 by 12 cardstock, and I'm going to show you this part first. I'm going to grab my paper trimmer, and I believe I need to look at my measurements so that I don't mess everything up. Okay. Because no lie, I really did struggle with this design. So you have seen people make these with a gift card holder. So there was no dimension needed here, but I had to add some dimension and some length. And of course I just messed up my Hershey Kisses, but who cares? They're all wonky, and that's how I ended up messing up that, because I was trying to get them straight again. But anyway, they make these smaller to fold, and you can fit it in a card, an envelope and whatnot, but you can't obviously with Hershey Kisses in it. But I had to change the dimensions and I struggled. So we are starting with a piece of 12 by 12 cardstock, and we are going to cut it down to 8 by 12, like so. And we're going to grab our scoring tool. And I'm going to slant it because, you know, it's just easier for me to score. All right, on the long side, I'm going to score at 1 inch, 2 inch, 3 inch, and 4 inches. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. 8 1/4, and 11 3/4. I tried to do it with a regular piece of cardstock. Oh, I'm not done. And on the short side, score at 1 and at 7. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 1/4, 11 3/4. Short side, 1 inch and 7 inch. Okay? That's what you're scoring. I tried to do this with a regular size piece of paper because I know a lot of people don't buy 12 by 12 unless you're doing a lot of 3D projects. But I couldn't. It just wasn't going to work for me. So what you want to do now is come in and you're going to snip up these before I do any scoring and fold or any folding. It's easier for me to cut when things have not been folded and varnished, because once I start varnishing, it creates things to get frayed, and I don't want that to happen because I come in with my paper trimmer. Because sometimes it's easier because I don't have long scissors and I need to be sure. And I think I forgot to score something. I did. I guess it's good that I didn't fold that yet. I forgot a 1/4 inch mark. So come back in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 1/4, and 8 1/2. Skip that one. Okay. Sorry. All right. So now that we have that squared away, I'm going to come in here. And before folding anything, as I said, now that I've cut these tabs, I'm going to fold those over because I don't want to slice those off because I need them. And I'm going to come in because I don't have long scissors and I trust my trimmer better than I trust my skill of cutting in a straight line. I'm going to cut those tabs off. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. So come in here, make sure that is where it needs to be, and cut off that piece. So you've cut off those two ends, okay? Now, the tricky part. Go ahead and fold all those creases now that you got all the cutting done for the most part, with the exception of cutting a window. Now in the Hershey Kisses section of this project, you can fit 6. There's some wiggle room, unfortunately. This is going to fold up like this, okay? So you have that at least. And then you want to come in and fold these sections. And remember, you have that 1/4 inch mark. So make sure you're folding both of those, increasing them pretty well. And then you have your final 1/4 inch which is here at the top, which is a little hard to, yesterday when I did this, I ended up, the paper literally split apart on me, like layers in a sense, okay? And then that, when it's done, is going to adhere with some adhesive, okay? So that's the concept. So the first thing I want to do now is, this is going to, you want to figure out which one is going to be where the window is, okay? So it literally is this one here. So I want to, so it's the second one down from this, right? So I want to come in and faintly mark. First, I want to mark the center. So you know that's 1 inch. You want to come in and put a little notch at the 1/2 inch mark on both ends. Just a little notch. You want to make sure you're using pencil because you want to be able to erase it if there's any marks left. Draw a line. I know you're like, I don't want to. Because you have to come in and feed this through and line that up so that you can do it right, so you're not putting a hole in it. How did I do that? Oh, I think I did it like this. Okay, fold these 2 pieces so that you don't end up cutting another piece of paper that you don't intend to. Now feed that through. So it's just that one panel showing, and line that up. And then just keep lining it up. Oh, it moved. Yeah, it's a little wonky because it moved on me because I'm rushing. The key to being successful in crafting is taking your time. So let me go back. I missed a spot there. You get the gist. It will look prettier when you take your time. But no worries, I got a few rough edges. It's okay. You get the gist. All right. Now that I've got that done, I know that this piece is going to be the piece that I want Designer Series paper on. So I have cut a piece of Designer Series paper that is 3 inches by, get some stuff out of the way, by 5 3/4. So you can come in. That's pretty, but I'm going to use this striped one. And that is going to go on this panel with a little bit of a border, like so. And then this, the top flap, which is above this one, I'm so discouraged with that, but I'll fix it. It's probably really not a big deal. I could go in and fix it real quick. Okay, maybe I'll do that. Let's do that. Come in, just get some of those notches out that I created. So it doesn't look too bad. Of course, yours will look a little bit better. You can also cut out with, okay, we're gonna stop because I'm just making it worse. You can, obviously, you can do this successfully because I did it with my sample, right? Okay. You just take your time with it. Or you can come in with another die cut image, okay? And run it through your machine somehow, some way. But anyway, back to creating this. So the top flap, I also have a piece of Designer Series paper that is 5/8 by 5 3/4. And of course some scraps for my stamping and for my sentiment. So we're going to do all that stamping as well. I may not get to show you a project, so I apologize. At least assembling it. We'll see. Okay, so we know we have to do this. I'm so discouraged with that. I'm going to find a way to fix that. So I don't want to, we're just going to keep going. I'm all over the place. Just tell me to calm down. So this is the top. This one is the top. Put your piece of paper on there. Get over your little mishap with your little gift-giving holes in your project. Get your tape to work. That's the top of your package. And there's that. We're going to come in, and I know that this piece is going to, how do I do that? Like this. That's how. Okay. Put some Seal Plus right there. Fold that piece over. You now have your little box. Okay. That's for your Hershey Kisses. This piece, come in. Now you can run your seal, and I don't have my, I don't know where my silicone mat is. So you can run your seal along that edge and fold it over. Okay. Because you know, or your Seal Plus. Okay, so you have your Seal Plus. You know that this is going to hook right on right there. Okay, grab your bone folder and help yourself get that adhered. This really works, I'm telling you. You just have to be patient with yourself. I thought to myself, do I really want to do this when I had such a hard time with it? And yeah, I decided to. Hopefully me showing you all of this along with my mistakes, you will perfect it. Just go in there with your bone folder and make sure that's sealed. Probably would be really beneficial to use tear and tape on that. Okay, now this is going to fold together. And if you need to trim them, you can do that. It's better to have the seam at the bottom, or actually not show in the front. So you're going to fold that so the seam is there. I'm not going to put all this together, but I am going to show you, again, if you have anything showing, you can trim those edges at an angle, like so, which I had to do with my first one. You just come in and trim it at an angle and cover that up. Okay, you're going to put your Hershey Kisses in there before you do any of the adhering. You can adhere one end and then do the other after you get that filled. Then you're going to come in and you are going to stamp all this amazing goodness and die cut them out, and the marshmallows and my cocoa, and you're going to put in your cocoa packet like so. And I have one that is mint. So that's why I kind of went with the candy cane paper like so. And then you can do all this other stuff. These just pop right in there. Again, these are the hot cocoa kisses, which are delicious, filled with a little piece of marshmallow. And they go in here. Let's get that out of there for now. They just stack right in here, one by one, and you can fit 6 of them. Like so. But I am not going to go through all that, but that is how you're going to do that. And you can certainly decorate it any way you want, but I thought since it's a cocoa packet that I would use that sentiment in the stamp set. So because I messed up the hole here and I want to give this to someone as a gift, I want to fix that before I finish. So there you go. That's that project. I hope that it's more successful for you when you are taking your time and doing that. Yes, you are so right, Judy. You are not a true stamper unless you make mistakes. Amen. The last project I want to share with you is this adorable little carrier for your little coffee. You can use those coffee cups and fill them with goodies. You can make this in all sorts of ways, but I want to show you all the way to assemble this. And of course, this is where I tied in those 2 different ribbons from the Flowers for Every Season. I had to write it down. Triple or trio ribbon pack, and I tied on one of those stars because it married nicely with all this other stuff that I did. So yes, Melissa, just take your time when you're making it, because I don't want you to get frustrated. It can be a little challenging, and maybe I needed to do a little bit different with my measurements, but there's only so much paper you have, right? This is my absolute favorite scent from Bath & Body Works, so I stock up when it's holiday time. So I went, and that actually is going to be a gift for me. Happy birthday, Merry Christmas, whatever. So we've already put this together, but I'm going to undo what we did, because I watched Tammy Shea put hers together, and I want to be sure that I'm following the instructions she had because it worked wonders for putting that paper around there. Okay, so you have 2 strips of designer series paper, and I went different measurements than she did. So you have 12 by 2, and I have another piece that is 2 by 6. Okay, so we have 2 pieces of paper. So literally you're cutting 1 strip at 2 inches, cutting another strip at 2 inches, and cutting that in half at 6 inches. Okay, I have reinforcement for my carrier because the 2 items I put in my carrier are very heavy. I didn't want it to fall through the bottom of the carrier because really, I mean, you can put anything in these, but I created reinforcement with some of the packaging that comes in your paper pumpkin kit or in your designer series paper. Especially like the foil sheets and stuff like that, you get that thicker cardboard. This measures 5 3/4 by 2 7/8, and it fits perfectly inside there, and I'm going to show you that. I've also done all the die cutting. We are going to do some stamping, so we've used those Tasteful label dies for silver foil. That piece, I've used 2 of the die cut images from the Warm Hugs dies. Of course, that's probably not the name of it. I keep forgetting. I have cut out 3 silver trees and 2 trees with that awesome white felt. This felt works great for everything. But as you can see, I'm trying to, not this one, I'm trying to kind of mimic the design on the bottle. Of course, I didn't have any reindeer, but there's some silver. So I'm doing silver trees and white trees, and this would be great with shaded spruce, but I wanted to use the designer series paper in this suite. So that's what I stuck with. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, maybe I should make one in the reverse. Oh, no, I'm going to stick with the same design. All right, a little trick. I want my seams to match up right here, okay? So the best thing you want to use is your Seal Plus. So come on here. Make sure you got strips of Seal Plus on there. Remember, Seal Plus, there is no forgiveness. Gotta go. We'll watch the end of the replay. Thanks, Ellen. Thanks for being here. Have a great, great week. All right. And I'll see you during the week with all my fun stuff planned. Okay. So with that, I'm going to come around here. So I start at the very corner, and this will be the front. And then I'm going to come around, and I'm going to leave it whole. I'm not going to assemble it yet, and I'm going to just run that around to the back, okay? Like so. Now I can go ahead and assemble, because the other one I know exactly where I'm going to start it. Again, we're going to assemble that like so. Okay, tuck all those things where they go, like so, okay? Now, we have this other piece. We're going to put Stamp and Seal all the way around, and we're going to use this entire piece, and I'm going to hope that my seam ends where I want it to. Okay, so we started here. We want the seam to end in the back. These 2 pieces can marry up together right on that corner. There is a smidge of forgiveness with Stamp and Seal, but once it's adhered where it needs to be and you rub your fingers across it, it's not going to come off. So you're going to pinch where the corners are. You're going to pinch again, and you're going to make sure that's going to line up and go ahead. And that seam will be in the back. But look how that just lined up almost perfect, right? And then you have that little seam there, but no one's going to notice it. Okay, now we're going to come in with our ribbon, and I'm going to wrap some ribbon around this. And I want to make sure I can tie a bow. I'm not measuring. I'm going to come in and just cut some of this with my ribbon scissors. I'm going to take another sip of my eggnog. A lot of talking going on. Make sure your ribbon is flat on the back side before you start tying. I did tie this in a knot first because it is delicate enough to do so. And then tie your bow. And maybe you don't even want to tie a bow. But come in, tie that, and then tie your bow. It just helps me when I only have two hands. Sometimes I have to run out of my craft room and get someone to put their finger down. But there you go. Just get that the length that you want. And I just heard a door shut. Must be my son's home from hunting. All right. And I'm just going to trim those ends like so. This is not going to come off. You're going to leave that right on there. See how that works? And it's not adhered anywhere, so you can move it around as needed. And now we're going to do some stamping. And because it's Vanilla Bean Noel, I decided to use this Noel stamp in Pear Pizzazz. So grab that. Go ahead, make sure that's good and covered. Stamp that right in the center of your Tasteful Label die, like so. Come in with your Christmas trees from the Warm Hugs stamp set. I just gotta grab some blocks. All right, and this is two-step stamping. And I'm going to start with the Mossy Meadow for the outline. Just going to test that out. Mossy Meadow for the tree outline. I'm going to do one on each side of the Noel. And then I'm going to use the Pear Pizzazz to fill in the tree. But you see how good you can see that outline when you use the darker color for the outline? A little shaky, but I got it. So there is the tag. And what else we got? We're going to layer this flush to the gold foil piece, and I grabbed the wrong adhesive, so let's hope I get this laid right where I want it. Oh yeah, I gotta do some stamping on that. All right, so that kind of position evenly, maybe centering it like so, and grab some dimensionals. And I'm going to show you a little trick. Oh, before you do that, come in with your bone folder. Oh no, I was thinking something completely different. I was thinking about my other project, so we're good. This is going to get some dimensionals. And actually, I should have avoided where the ribbon is, but it's no big deal, because then I would be able to still move my ribbon. And that gets centered right about there. And then you want to come in with these guys. Now, your silver, just get glue dots. Then I just have to do the tag and we are done. So thank you for being so patient with me. I know I've gone a little extra today, a whole half hour extra by the time I get done. So these ones, because I want to add more silver, can go right along here. Just some silver trees. It's okay that the bottom is silver and it blends in a little bit. It's not a problem. Then you want some mini glue dots for your felt white trees. and they go in between the silver ones, just so long as you're not covering up your sentiment. Thanks, Bonnie. Like so. So we have that. And the next thing we need to do is create our tag. I just need to peek at it. Oh, this one's easy. I'm going to stamp the sentiment for the other tag in. Now remember, these are cut Mossy Meadow, and these are from the Dies with the Warm Hugs products, or the Heartwarming Hugs product suite. And I need the stamp that says a little something for you, which I need to clean because there's red ink on it. So let's clean that. Make sure there's no ink left on there. Dab that in your Mossy Meadow and line that up. Oh, it's stuck to my table. And you have that. Beautiful. I just re-inked my ink pad last night. Ooh, it looks so good. I'm going to get this goop off here. This gets adhered with dimensionals on top of that. And I'm going to show you a trick with the twine I'm going to use to tie this on. Close this so I don't make a mess. And that goes there. I'm going to grab my crocodile and I'm going to make a little hole in the center right here. This thing is like so awesome. It will punch through even dimensionals. Someone said, I overheard someone say, or was watching someone, that Stampin' Up! Used to sell the crocodile, but they don't anymore, obviously. All right, let's grab, I got mine for my birthday or Christmas or something one year. I picked it out when we went to Michael's. No sense giving me something I'm not going to use, right? So I picked it out. All right, this is that ribbon from the Flowers for Every Season. That is going to come to me in my sleep one night because I can't remember it or something. I'm going to peel out the Mossy Meadow, or Misty Moonlight color. I'm going to feed this through with the silver and the white because we're sticking with the white and silver accents. We're going to come in here and we are going to tie this around, and we have one other element so that we're using all the elements, which I did not use the embossing folders, and I'll show you. I was going to show you some tips and tricks, but it's getting kind of late with all this crafting. So I will do a pre-recorded video and post tips and tricks on how to do the sleeves for the cups. All right, so tie that off, which I just messed up. So I was supposed to tie that in a bow and add one of these to it. So now I have to find a way to do that. So let's grab another piece and cover up another, oops. Pull out the blue. Oh, we got this. It's probably not big enough, but we'll get it. I'm just going to add this to here. I'm going to add this beautiful star, which everybody please be sure to share my video, comment below, so that you can win a prize next weekend. And I have a pack of these stars to give away. I actually bought several of them. I'm not going to tie this in a bow. I'm just going to tie it in a knot and just trim those ends to be about the same size as the other ones. And there you go. So winner, the prize for next week, there's that tag, if you can see it okay. So I have both of those elements. This is that reinforcement to put in there. It will just help keep it sturdy and in shape. I like that. I like doing that. So again, I'm going to have a full pack of the stars for somebody next week, 6x6 paper share of the Heartwarming Hugs Designer Series paper. And I'll even throw in 2 of the coffee carriers because they can go flat, travel in a flat packaging. And that will be the prize for next week. And I'll even give you 2 of the cards that I made today. So there you go. That will be Prize Patrol next week. Remember that if you purchase anything in my online store, I was going to give away 5 handmade Christmas cards now until the end of November. So now through tomorrow night. So use that host code above and you'll be able to get some holiday cards in the mail. Okay, everybody, thank you for your patience and being here with me today. And I hope that you enjoy the rest of your weekend. I'm going to go make some Christmas cookies for Santa and enjoy the rest of my day as well. All right, everybody, many blessings to you. Have a wonderful day. Talk to you soon. Bye.